I feel like we should just make Mondays spicy Mondays. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because I've done brand content all weekend or I filmed very, very technical videos for y'all during the weekend, but on Mondays, I want to go absolutely feral. Maybe we'll call it Feral Monday. That's what we're going to call it because I want to do a blue smoky eye. We're going to grab our City Color Grunge palette. This palette is stunning. Look at this. That's what I wanted to use. Is that not absolutely stunning? And before we get started, I want you to know that this is only $14. $14. It's fantastic. Y'all have seen me use it before, but I'm excited. I wanted blue today. So you're gonna learn something about smoky eyes. They're actually gonna be a lot easier if you focus on warmer tones. So I'm actually just gonna go ahead and grab a very warm base that's quite a bit darker than my skin tone, but don't be afraid of it because remember, it gets completely covered. But what this is gonna do, it's gonna be kind of a pre-transition for us. So easy. So we already have a nice warm transition for the dark shades. I am gonna stop it right there. Let's do this side. We're using our C31. So let's just go ahead and take this, make sure we're pressing it into the lashes, coating everything. And with clean canvas, it needs to be completely even across your lid space. Thin and even. So now grab Sheila, and I'm just gonna wipe off the C31. Remember, the brushes don't absorb all of the product, so you're able to switch between things. Now I'm just gonna grab, I could grab my foundation, but I'm just gonna grab a concealer. It's closer to me. And we'll grab the tiniest amount. I'm gonna show you how much we're picking up. You can probably barely even see how much we picked up. But we're gonna start on the brow bone and just kind of use this as our transition. There we go, perfect. Just a very small amount of concealer to melt that together. See how smooth that is now? Now, do you want to know the secret to smoky eyes? Are you ready? It's gonna absolutely blow your makeup mind. Ready? Small brushes. For so long, I could not understand why my smoky eye would absolutely run away from me. I was using a brush like this, very, very large, wonderful for other things, but for starting the smoky eye, this much product on that brush, it's just going to get away from us. So it's better to start with a small brush. In fact, we will use this, but we're not there yet. Start with the E27. And I'm actually going to grab, I'm trying to decide what I want to grab. Let's go ahead and grab this one. It has a little bit of blue in it. And then we'll take that and then we're just going to start to press this in the socket. I'm using the side of the brush, by the way. Look how nice and pigmented that is. But you can see that blue in there. Oh, that's so pretty. Isn't that pretty? I love it. I love makeup. It's so I did pick up more product. I'm going to pick up a little bit more. And I'm just going to start to press it over here. And look at that. When I relax my eye, look at how much of that is hidden and it's not creeping up too close to the brow. And we'll tap a little bit more over this way. And then we'll go over this way, still using the side of the brush. I want to stress that this is a $14 palette and black eyeshadow is so hard. Look at how not patchy that is. That is absolutely stunning. I love it. Now I bet you're wondering, Rose, where the heck is this going? It looks terrible. Don't you judge me. Now, grab Sheila, wipe off the E27. Even with black eyeshadow, it's not going to absorb all of the black eyeshadow, so we're just able to wipe it on a towel. Stand by, Sheila. Stand by. Now, let's grab this shade. We're going to keep it really nice and warm. Notice that I grabbed it on the side of the brush. It's really important to see where we're grabbing that shadow, and also this new fancy iPhone focuses front face camera now. But I love that because it helps you learn. Worth the upgrade. So we're gonna take it and we're just gonna start to press it above the black, still using the side of the brush. just to smooth it. Ooh, look at that already coming together. So we are going to reach for our E29, the larger brush, in just a second, but for right now we have to make sure that this is all nice and transitioned. That looks really pretty. I'm excited. Now let's grab this shade. I'm gonna grab it on the side, and I'm gonna tap it on my brow bone, tap it over this way. We're still gonna clean up over here. And when I say over here, let me show you. Through here with our concealer or foundation, whichever one I get to first. We're just gonna use this shade kind of as a finishing shade. And I'm pressing it in first to make sure that everything's set. A lot of times when you start with your swiping or even your small circular motions, if that base under there, that eyeshadow primer base, whatever, isn't set, you're gonna risk moving it, lifting it. So it's really great if we'll set it first, really press it in. And then now that it's nice and set, if you want to do some finishing kind of circular motions to kind of pull it up. Before you do any other motions, what I'm trying to say is make sure that it's really nice and set all the way across. And I would consider a fluffy brush like this something for finishing. I know it's absolutely needed in a collection. That's why it was something I absolutely needed when we released the 8 brushes. But we were taught, I was taught at least, that this is what I would grab to immediately start my eyeshadow, and it's more of a finishing brush. Absolutely needed, but it's not the first brush that we reach for. So this is optional. You could just throw it on the way it is, but I'm gonna teach you something because that's what the purpose of Rose is. Let me teach you. So I'm gonna grab a black eyeshadow base, this one, City Color. Y'all know I absolutely love this one. I use it all the time. Look at how little I'm gonna use. Just a smidgy, just a little smidge. That should be enough for both eyes because it's super pigmented. And what a black base does is it makes jewel tones pop. So it's gonna make this truly stand out and look even more intense. Just make sure it's nice and even across the lid. I'm gonna make sure it's in my lash line. There we go. Okay, my supporters just told me, and I hope that this is included, but City Color is having 50% off Black Friday sale on their site. So if this is included, it's $7. This is about to sell out. It's gonna sell out. Now we're gonna grab our C30. Your fingertip, but better. And with shimmers, I always make sure to load up the brush. Look at how beautiful that is. But what I want to do is I don't want to bring it too far up. I haven't even had to dip back in. This is beautiful. I am going to layer it a little bit more just for intensity. But look at how pretty. Wow. Now before we clean this up, I'm just going to go ahead and draw my wing. Valentino Beauty Liner Duo. So now let's grab micellar water. Pink cap from Garnier. The pink cap, I know, just never changes the formula of anything that I use. I can even cut crease with it, but today I'm just going to clean up my wing with it. Clean up through here. So this is actually one of my new favorite styles of lashes. I don't even know how many times I've worn this pair. I'm gonna need to order some more of them. This is the style right here. I have it linked. All right, sweet friends, I'm gonna go grab a little bite. Mama just said she made some pasta salad. I just have to try it. Apparently there's whole artichokes in it, and let me tell you, I like artichokes a lot. I'll be back to finish the look. I do have to hop off and film. I'm filming a video about, it's getting colder. I'm gonna get dry patches, and I know a lot of us are so scared to mix oils into our foundations. It's about small amounts, but I wanna film a video on that. But I'm gonna finish the look, but I just need to eat. My tummy's growling. You can probably hear it. Okay, I'll be back in just a minute. I'm in the mood for my RMS foundation today. I love this one. This is the Re-Evolve Natural Finish Foundation. I know it's called Re-Evolve, but I always forget the last part. And don't be alarmed because it is gonna look a little yellow, but this is such a good tip for y'all because it's really and truly best to never judge a foundation until you've completely applied it to one side of the face and it's had at least 2 or 3 minutes to dry down. Because I remember when I first tried this, and if I had tried this years ago, I would have gave up on it. But while we work it in and the more that it dries, it transforms. And also you have to remember, oh, this is such a good tip. Whew, hang on. This is what I was gonna say. So when you're using a foundation that is not completely full coverage, your undertone is still gonna peek through that and you have to wait for it to completely dry down before you can see that final result. So right now, my little bit of pink in my cheek is starting to peek through and that kind of ties that back into that. Now, if it was a full coverage foundation, that's when we really need to find our shade because this and this is just going to be so separated. And focusing on finding the right match in full coverage. But if you're light to medium, your foundation is going to adjust as it dries and as it shears out. All right, I'm back. So the concealer I used, this guy. I love this. I love this so much. In fact, listen, that's not it. Where did it go? But this is it. I just used, here it is. This is the shade that I use, the 23.5p. This is sold out on the Sephora website. Y'all are out of control. But also thank you for trusting me, and I hope that y'all have received it and you love it. I set with my Givenchy powder, 03, and let me put this away. I have this thing with powders being open. I swear I'm just waiting for the day that I just spill it absolutely everywhere. I'm not in the mood. Let's keep it extra grungy and we're gonna do waterline. This is MAC Feline pencil. Top. It's really easy to just shut your eye and just kind of go back and forth. It's so much easier that way. Look at how much more brown that eye looks now. So fun. Extend it this way, just a little smidgy. I hope that y'all can understand my language I've created. And instead of coming from underneath, which we might apply way too much product, we're gonna come from the lash line. And if your eyes are sensitive, I know that you'll be able to just kind of dot it into the lash line. Just tap it right in there, not that aggressively, but I'm showing you that I'm kind of pressing and tapping it into the lash line. Sometimes when we come from underneath, we just wind up with way too much product, and that's extremely hard to blend away, especially underneath here. So I really want to make sure that I don't get things out of control. So our C30 is actually what we're going to grab. I know, wild, right? So we're just going to grab it on the tip of the brush, and I'm going to take that and just kind of lightly sweep back and forth. I want lighter pressure, so I'm going to hold the brush farther back. Just really work that into the lash line. There we go. Ooh, that looks nice. And then even with this, look at how precise the brush is. I'm telling you, this brush right here, you might go, why do I need a concealer brush? I'll tell you why. Precision. And we use it for so many different things other than concealer. We use it for lips, liners, extending, eyeshadow. The list goes on. Do you want to get wild? I know you do. It's Monday. So I have this shadow, the one that's in our crease, this one right here. I have it on the tip of the brush. And I just want to kind of carve this out a little bit more. Just a smidge. Hey. So I just went ahead and extended it out this way a little bit more. Just for something fun, why not? It's Monday. Add a little spice to it. I'm feeling nostalgic. Also, this is actually a really nice red tone bronzer. This is the ABH contour palette. I'm not going to be contouring. This would be the contour shade. It's actually nicely cool toned. But I'm going to grab that shade and we'll just bronze it up. while Jean and Doug snore. It's a big snore fest over here. They have been working very hard, paying all of the bills. You know how it goes. I'm vibing with this. I'm sure most of you already have this, but I was late to this party. I think I had another palette, the big palette with this shade in there, but I didn't use it as much. Oh Lord, activated. As I was saying before, Douglas alerted all of us that the FedEx man is here, but he has it all under control. This is She's a Doll from Patrick Ta Beauty, and it's absolutely beautiful. By the way, look at this little smudgy here. I did that, but we're waiting for it to dry. That's a really good tip. I'm sure most of you know that, but you know what? There's somebody getting into makeup every single day. So as soon as that's dry, which it should be dry now, we can just scrape it off. Never happened. Crisis averted. So my favorite thing to do is apply blush kind of aggressively. And then I take my foundation brush, and I didn't add any more foundation. Whatever's going to be in here is going to be plenty to just kind of melt it into the bronzer. Look at all that melty goodness. Isn't that nice? Oh, that's pretty. See the difference? Okay, so I want to match my lipstick to the transition. Notice how I just brought that out more. But let me find a lip liner. Now let's grab this Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in Versatile Chestnut. Kind of blend it into the lipstick. This is why I do my lipstick first, so we can really melt these together. Okay, so we're done here. Okay, I love you. He's gonna go check the mail. He came to tell me. And this is fun. This right here is fun. I love that. I love that for me. I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna post tonight. I got all kinds of good stuff, all kinds of helpful stuff. Just trying to be extra helpful. I love y'all so much. I'm so excited for this week. Tomorrow I'll do something a little less spicy. I was trying to think if there's something else I want to tell y'all. Ooh, I'm going to be doing a live with Janessa Myrick. I'm going to post about that tomorrow. I'll tell you the time and the date, and I'll put up a flyer. We're going to have so much fun. And also, I've posted about this a few times, but I am going to be doing a live show with Janessa Myrick's in December in New York. And I'll have more details about that tomorrow too. I'll get all my little flyers ready so we can green screen and point at it. I love y'all so much, and I'll see you in the comments tonight.